South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 9 great days of racing starting on Friday, June 20th. The opening weekend will feature the $100,000 Bertrando Stakes. Plus, the summer meet will include the running of the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday, June 28th. We'll also have a holiday racing program on Friday, 4th of July. And our on-track handicapping contest will be on Saturday, June 28th. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, June 20th.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. All righty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program as we come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard and the South Point Studios and the South Point Studios streaming network at YouTube. We welcome you to the show, as well as all of our listeners here in town listening to us on our anchor radio station, Sports Talk 1400 AM and 107.1 FM. Websites are covered too, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas.world, .global, iPhone, Android, and Google phone. Got you covered with the apps. Get the KSHP app. You can listen to us through the radio station, the YouTube app. Of course, you can see us here through YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasting as well. We are finally at the end of a long holiday weekend. And as the people start to exit Las Vegas and the roads between here in California and here in Arizona will be backed up for hours and hours and hours with the 340,000 plus guests that we have going back to their domiciles for starting another work week tomorrow. We still have 1 day left of racing both at Belmont at Saratoga and at Los Alamitos. It is closing day at both Los Alamitos in Southern California and Belmont at Saratoga. Remember, that's Belmont at Saratoga. We finally closed the Belmont at racing season. And next Thursday, we'll be right back at Saratoga physically for the real Saratoga summer meeting that starts on Thursday. However, in Southern California, with Los Alamitos closing today, there will be no racing in Southern California until July 18th. That's the opening day of Del Mar. So we got a stretch there in Southern California of a week of no action in Southern California racing. But as you know, on closing days as they are, there'll be mandatory payoffs on everything, all the pools at both Los Alamitos and at Belmont at Saratoga today. And of course, it was an interesting weekend of racing, no doubt about it. And all I can say is Flavien Prat did one miraculous job of racing yesterday. We're going to get right into that, too. At Saratoga yesterday, Belmont at Saratoga, we started out with Flavien Prat winning his first race of the day in the Sanford Stakes for 2-year-olds at 6 furlongs. Obliteration did just that to the field. He obliterated the field with an easy win under Flavien Prat for trainer Steve Asmussen, paying $3.80 as the favorite in the Sanford. Second went to Blinging It Back, and Imagine John finished third. The fourth race saw Junior Alvarado and Bill Mott get their first win of 2 together in the fourth race, paying $3.80. And then in the fifth race, Flavien Prat got his second win of the day for Miguel Clement, paying $7.10. Moving then to a maiden race for 2-year-old fillies. The winner there was Embrace Time. Embrace Time won for Flavien Prat and Brad Cox, $7 even there. Flavien Prat wins 3 of the first 6 races yesterday at Belmont at Saratoga. Then we get to the 7th race where Junior Alvarado and Belmont got together again for their second teamed win, paying $9.50. And then in the 8th race, Flavien Prat won a race for George Weaver. He won the 8th race there and paid $20.20. Going to the 9th race, in the 9th race, well, they gave somebody else a chance. Dylan Davis won and paid $22.20. The 10th race, the Kelso, at a mile on the inner turf course. The winner there was Think Big. Now, this you got to watch the replay of this race. This was a great maneuver by jockey Jose Ortiz to come through, down through the inside between horses, and then rolled up the rail to get a finishing touch there. Jose Ortiz wins with Think Big in the Kelso, paying $15 even for Mike Stidham, outrunning Intellect with Flavien Prat aboard, and Win for the Money, who finished third in the race. All I can tell you was one fantastic ride by Jose Ortiz. There was a mishap in the race, but there was no inquiry because the horse just took a misstep in the race. Donegal Momentum going into the turn, just like took a step, like he almost stumbled, etc., and just went out of the race. Well, he was finally pulled up by jockey Javier Castellano, I should say, and went back to the barn, and he was okay. There was no injury to him, but it was just, I guess he stepped in a soft spot or something, but he almost went down and scattered a bit of the field around him. So no mishap, no injury from that mishap there, but Donegal Momentum is okay this morning. All right, then we get to the Belmont Oaks for the 3-year-old fillies at a mile and 1/8. In this race, almost everybody singleton, I should say, in the pick 6, pick 4, pick 3, whatever pick you want to pick. Nitrogen was the big, huge favorite in the race. And Jose Ortiz sat right in a striking position for Nitrogen in the Belmont Oaks, turning for home. Started battling with Opulent Restraint, who was the early leader in the race. And while they were battling, Flavien Prat was on his belly, riding the heck out of Fionn. And in the end, at the wire, Fionn got up and nailed Nitrogen on the money by a nose for Flavien Prat's 5th win of the day, Brad Cox's 2nd win of the day. So Prat and Cox got 2 wins with each other, as Prat won his 5th race of the day and nailed the super high favorite in the race for the win, paying $14.40. I'm a bit choked up because if you watch that race, and you know, in memory I watched the race, it was one heck of a finish. And by the way, Fionn needed to establish a new course record to beat Nitrogen. The new course record for the mile and 1/8 on the Mellon Turf course, I should say, and the Mellon Turf course there at Saratoga, 1 minute 44 and 84 100 for the mile and 1/8, winning it by the slimmest of noses. And then, of course, in the final race, Irad gets his win of the day for Mike Maker, paying $5.70. You put it all together, and the pick 6 pays $74,179.50. The late pick 5, with downing both Nitrogen and the favorite in the Kelso, both those favorites went down. The pick 5 paid $8,741.50. Big day yesterday for Flavien Prat at Saratoga. But what a display of riding talent Flavien Prat did yesterday. He won from all spots and all places on all types of horses yesterday. Horseshoe Indianapolis had a big day of racing, 13 races, 8 of them are stakes races. In the Indiana General Assembly Distaff, Dana's Beauty won for John Velasquez there, for Mike Maker. John Velasquez and Mike Maker getting together to win that race, paying $8.20. The Mary Holman George Memorial was won by Alpine Princess, Luan Machado for Brad Cox. That was their first win yesterday at Horseshoe Indianapolis, paying $3.40. And then in the Snack Stakes, the winner was Chicory Blaze, with Rodney Prescott paying $8.80. The Jonathan B. Schuster Memorial was won by Encino, Luan Machado for Brad Cox. That was their second win together yesterday, paying $4.20. In the Michael G. Schaefer Memorial, the winner there, Willie Dees, ridden by John Velasquez. John Velasquez and Mike Maker got their second pair together yesterday, paying $5.20. In the Ellen's Luck Star, the winner there, Royal Justice for Fernando de la Cruz, and a big upset, paying $48 even. And then in the two featured the two main races of the day, the Indiana Oaks for 3-year-old fillies won by Clickut. Clickut was ridden by Edgar Morales, and for Brendan Walsh, and paid $4.20. Of course, that was a pick on the show by Jonathan Hardoon yesterday when we were going over these races. A horse called Top finished second, and Sturgeon Moon finished third. And in the big race of the day, the Indiana Derby, the winner there was Tip Top Thomas, another pick by both Jonathan Hardoon and John Lindo when we went over the Indiana Derby yesterday. Tip Top Thomas, John Velasquez getting his third win of the day for trainer Todd Pletcher there, paying $740 to win the Indiana Derby. In a new track record time of 1 minute 41 and 15 seconds for the mile and 1/16. Cole Battle finished second, and Brother Kenny finished third in the race. Publisher ran off the board again. And in the last race, Brad Cox got his third win of the day with Marcelino Pedrosa paying $4.80. Brad Cox was going for his third Indiana Derby yesterday, but did not make it with instant replay. But he won the last race for 3 races on the day. That at Horseshoe, Indianapolis. Prairie Meadows had some stakes races as well yesterday. And then their big 4 stakes races of the day. The Prairie Gold Juvenile for 2-year-olds won by Good Civilian. Christian Elliott aboard, $19 even for Gennaro Garcia. In the Iowa Derby, Magnitude wins. Ben Curtis aboard for Steve Asmussen, paying $3.40 as the favorite, outrunning It's My Birthday and Mr. Omaha, who finished third. In the Cornhusker Handicap, the winner there was Cornishman. The Cornhusker won by Cornishman. Glenn Corbett, the rider there, paying $30.40 in the upset for trainer Dan McFarlane. Finishing second was Heroic Move, and finishing third in the race Gould's Gold. And in the Iowa Oaks for the 3-year-old fillies, Quick Kick won that. Brian Hernandez aboard for Tom Amos, paying $4.20, outrunning Say You Can and Paradise City, who finished third. Finally, at Los Alamitos yesterday, Peter Miller and leading jockey Kazuchi Kamura got together to win their first race together in the second race, paying $3.40. And then Kamura came back for his second win of the day for Brendan Galvin, paying $19 even in the fourth race. And then we went all the way down to the featured race, the Great Lady M Stakes, Grade 2. The winner last year was Sweet Azteca. She set a course record last year in the race. She broke out of the starting gate, took the lead and the track immediately. And Copion, the big favorite in the race, was chasing her all the way around. They got to the top of the stretch. Copion made her big bid at Sweet Azteca, but Sweet Azteca was just gone. She goes wire to wire in winning the Great Lady M Stakes for the second year in a row, and for the second year in a row beat her own track record time, a new track record yesterday. She stopped the clock in 1 minute 14 and 32 seconds for the 6.5 furlongs. The winner, Sweet Azteca, Juan Hernandez aboard for the new trainer, Richard Baltas, paying $9 even, beating the favorite, Copion, who finished second, and Chismosa was a distant third. Final race winner was Kazuchi Kamura for his third win of the day for Peter Miller. That was the second win together for Kazuchi and Miller. They won the second race and the last, paying $660 there. So the pick six paid $10,944.60. By the way, the early 50-cent pick five with prices of $12.80, $3.45, $20.19 even, and $4.80. That 50-cent pick five paid $2,228.20. Kazuchi Kamura goes into today's racing at Los Alamitos, leading the jockey standings by 2 wins in that race over Diego Herrera. And so that is the way it went yesterday around the country. All right, looking at the weather today here in Las Vegas, I can tell you this. We've got 82 degrees outside here in Vegas. And it's going to, it's about 80, 82 degrees right now. But it's beautiful outside here in Vegas. We're going to get up to 107 today, so keep hydrated. Keep that in mind. And, of course, always fast, firm, and perfect in the books. As far as the rest of the weather around the country is concerned, because we are going to be nice and clear today. Temperatures around the country, Miami 87, New York 90 degrees. Wow. Chicago 85 with a little bit of rain in there. Los Angeles will be a perfect 85 degrees there at Los Alamitos. And, of course, the hot spot in the country again is, you guessed it, Phoenix, Arizona, going to be 110 degrees there today. As far as precipitation is concerned, All the action is in the Great Lakes area above the good old USA and most of Canada. The East Coast, whatever weather was along the Atlantic coast, is now moving in through the Atlantic. And, of course, you know and you've heard about all of those flash floods going on in Texas. Our prayers go out to those people, that's for sure. But that will be the weather for today. And all I can say is we have Jonathan Ardoon back with us. Rich Eng will be with us. Bob Mieszerski will wrap up Los Alamitos for us on the show as well. John Lindo in transit back to Southern California after sharing the studio here on the set a couple of days. Had a great time here in Vegas this weekend. John will be reporting to us on the road. And, of course, Jerry Jackowitz will be along with us as well. He's back from vacation. And your racing menu, of course, will come up next. So as we wrap up this weekend of racing, we still got a full day of racing yet to go today. And we'll take our first break. And when we come back, we'll give you a racing menu and start with our handicappers. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 9 great days of racing starting on Friday, June 20th. The opening weekend will feature the $100,000 Bertrando Stakes. Plus, the summer meet will include the running of the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday, June 28th. We'll also have a holiday racing program on Friday, 4th of July. And our on-track handicapping contest will be on Saturday, June 28th. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, June 20th.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Sunday, wrapping up the weekend. Let's go to our racing menu for today, reminding you the first post times we broadcast on this racing menu each and every day reflect that of the Pacific time zone because that's where we're at here in Las Vegas. These will be the first post times that roll out in the racebook today here at South Point. If you're in the Pacific time zone, no problem. But if you're not, and you're listening on many different time zones around the world, just adjust the time zone that you're in to the Pacific time zone, tweak it out so you don't miss anything, like I miss Mom and Dad, okay? Here we go. Here's the menu for today. We begin with Gulfstream Park. They have 10 races today at Gulfstream, and they have a Rainbow Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $34,874. Their first post time at Gulfstream today is set at $950 at Gulfstream. Monmouth Park from the shores of New Jersey. Feature race today is the Irish War Cry Stakes. It's a mile on the turf for 3-year-olds and up. That's the 8th race on the card. 11 to go before scratches. And there are 9 races today at Monmouth Park. And Monmouth Park has a first post time of $950 at Monmouth today. Ellis Park. 9 races today. Their feature race is the Pea Patch Stakes, in honor of the nickname of the infield at Ellis Park, Pea Patch. They grew peas in there during the war. Anyhow, 5.5 furlongs on the turf for 3-year-old fillies. It's the 8th race on the card, where 13 are entered before any scratches. It is a wide-open affair. The 3-1 favorite there is Vodka with a Twist, with Jamie Torres aboard. That's the 8th race, 9 overall at Ellis Park, and a first post time at Ellis today of $950 at Ellis Park. All right, the Woodbine is next, north of the border, Woodbine. And I can tell you this. They did They knocked down the Super High 5 jackpot at Woodbine yesterday. The 20-cent Super High 5 jackpot at Woodbine yesterday was the highest payoff on the continent. Paid $100,434.71. So obviously no carryover there. Woodbine, however, has a first post time today for 10 races set at 10:05. 10:05 at Woodbine today. Belmont at Saratoga wraps it up today. It's closing day, mandatory payoff. Everything goes out the door today. All the pools, mandatory payoff. 10 races and a first post time of 10:10 today at Saratoga. Beautiful day there today at Saratoga. It's sunny and 76 degrees. The track is fast. The two turf courses are firm. The Mellon Turf Course will host races 7 and 10. The Inner Turf Course will have races 3, 6, and 9. The rest will be on the main track. First post time for this closing day at Belmont at Saratoga is set at 10:10 for their 10 race card. Hawthorne Racecourse has 9 races. Hawthorne has a pick 5 carryover, a regular pick 5 carryover at Hawthorne. It stands at $4,338. $4,338 in the Hawthorne pick 5 carryover. 9 races today and a first post time of 12:40. Los Alamitos Thoroughbred wraps it up today, closing day. Mandatory payoff there. Everything goes out the door. Mandatory payoff at Los Al Thoroughbreds. 9 races today at Los Alamitos. They have a Super High 5 carryover going into today that's a mandatory payoff. Starts at $10,168. Mandatory payoff today for the Super High 5 there. Everything else as well. First post time for the 9 races at Los Al today is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And we'll be watching the battle for the leading jockey between Kimura, who has 2 wins lead over Herrera today. Los Alamitos, 1 o'clock. Prairie Meadows has 11 races after their big races yesterday. Their first 3 races are quarter horses, and 4 through 11 will be thoroughbreds. The third race is the Futurity for 2-year-olds, quarter horses. The second race is also a quarter horse stakes race. First post time at Prairie Meadows today with a Super High 5 jackpot carryover of $25,221. 2 o'clock, first post at Prairie Meadows. And then we go back to Los Alamitos for the second of their 2 programs today. It is the quarter horse program. 6 o'clock is the first post time there. 2 thoroughbred races, 1 mixed breed, 5 quarter horse races. The last race, the quarter horse race at 400 yards, is a stakes race with a purse of $134,700. And Los Alamitos, if it's Sunday, they'll seed the pick 6 pot at $10,000. So there's $10,000 already sitting in the pick 6 pool for tonight at Los Alamitos. First post time is at 6 p.m. That's your racing menu for this final day of the weekend. Let's go to Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine, my man. Observations of some of the stuff that happened yesterday at Saratoga. I can tell you this. That was almost a very nasty spill with Donegal momentum going into the turn on the turf there. But he didn't clip anybody's heels. Nobody knocked him or anything. He hit a bad spot on the turf and almost went down.
He took a bad step, Ralph. I thought he broke down, to be honest with you, but I was happy to hear that they reported the horse went back to the barn and he's 100% fine this morning. No problems. It was just one of those things that happened, and he took a bad step, and obviously the rider, opted on the side of caution and eased him out of the race because he thought something was wrong.
Yeah, well, no kidding. And not only that, but after that stumble, you were not going to try to get that horse to get back on stride and try to win the race. It happened at a place where it was impossible for him to recover and try to make a run at. So that was the best and the right thing to do from the jock, that's for sure. But what a day Flavien Prat had, huh?
We seem to say it every year. When he gets up here, he really gets good, Ralph. If you remember last year, he was going for the stakes title record, and he broke it. He rides real well up here, and it's amazing because he's traveling all over the country and ends up back here the next day or two and just knocks off 5 wins like it's nothing.
Yeah, he is a very talented individual. He has this sixth sense. I think it's just gifted that whatever horse he's riding, he puts him in the first eighth of a mile of any race. He puts the horse in a position to win from. In other words, in the first eighth of a mile, he puts the horse in not an impossible position to win from. Whether the horse is good enough or not depends on
He does his homework, Ralph. He knows where he's supposed to be. He knows the way the track is playing. He knows the track has been speedy. Even the other day when he rode that Chad Brown horse, the big favorite who had no early speed, and he got him up into the race. He was running third or fourth. He won easily. He was supposed to win, but he just puts his horses in the right spot for the most part.
Yeah, no question about that. I guess the most impressive win of the day has to go to upset Nitrogen with Fionn.
Yeah, Brad Cox and Pratt and Fionn got up by a nose, and Nitrogen was ridden like he was a 1-9 shot, and I think Ortiz was a little overconfident. He was 3 wide the whole race. He didn't give him the greatest of trips, but when you're 1-5 or 1-9, you're supposed to win from where he was, and he didn't. And Pratt, again, he just got after that horse, Fionn, and he got up in the final jump, and I guess made the connections very happy.
Well, no question about that, and you're right. I think that maybe Nitrogen might have been a little bit ridden in the race with confidence, because the leader, which was a long shot, the 2-horse, which was setting the pace, when Nitrogen finally got to him, because it was just stalking him, waiting, that horse had something left. I mean, he was battling she was battling Nitrogen until Fionn came on and beat them both right at the wire.
Well, that's the way the turf course is playing. You want to have speed, and you want to be up close. Fionn came from behind to win for the most part, though. You have to be up there. And the turf course is probably as hard as a rock. It hasn't rained here in 3 days, and again, no rain today. That's a guarantee. The sun is shining. It's going to be a hot day, though. It's going to get up to about 90 degrees. So pay attention. They're probably going to speed up posts and send them out to the track as late as possible.
Yeah, and if you see horses that are sweating that normally don't sweat, don't take too much out of that because of the heat and the humidity, right?
People will be sweating, too, that usually don't sweat.
No sweat there. In any case, and of course, what a ride that Jose Ortiz gave in the race before he got nailed on Nitrogen with Think Big. That was a heck of a move.
That was unbelievable. I mean, that was another one. That was a horse that's been sprinting his whole career, and they decided to stretch him out for the first time. And boy, I don't think he'll be sprinting much longer. I think he's found a new way to go, and he wants to go route races, and he was really impressive.
Yeah, they were talking about that in the interview afterwards. They said, we know that he is a closing sprinter, but all of a sudden he did that same closing kick in this race, and the trainer said, yeah, they were going to try him out and do it, and now he's got a whole new, rack of races that he has an option to go in now for the rest of the year.
And that's where the big money is, going long on the grass, not sprinting on the grass. So, he opens up plenty of new options, and he could always go back to sprint if he wants, but he proved yesterday that the 2 turns is no problem for him.
Yeah, no question about that. Well, we close it up. The Belmont closing up that today.
Good news, Ralph. Thursday, Saratoga is at Saratoga.
No
we don't
kidding.
Have to go with this. They've had Belmont at Aqueduct at Saratoga. Now we're finally going to have Saratoga at Saratoga come Thursday. And we had terrific weather this weekend, and hopefully it stays around for a while.
What a concept, huh? Saratoga at Saratoga. Well, and you know that all of those guys are going to be staying up there because unlike in Southern California with Los Alamitos closing, and then we have a whole week and then some before racing continues in Southern California on that circuit at Del Mar, Saratoga is just going to take like a regular time off. They're going to be off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and boom, Thursday opening day at Saratoga.
Backside is filled up already, Ralph. All these barns are full for the most part. You have maybe 1 or 2 other barns shipping in, but for the most part, they're all set and ready to go, and nobody's going anywhere. They added the extra week. It's expensive for people that have to come up here from the city, but they make the best of it. And even people that are renting homes up here, it's an extra week that they have to be out of their house. So it's a little inconvenient, but we made it through, I guess, for the most part. And again, next Thursday is when all the action really begins.
Well, I have, for those folks who are having a hard time in finding a place for those couple of days before the Saratoga meet starts, I do have a solution for them. See Jonathan Hardoon. He has rooms available
I got
there.
one bedroom available.
You know.
The rest I'll take it.
So in any case, well, I can't wait for Saratoga to start. That's for sure. And let's see if we can get a winner today at Belmont, Saratoga, and at Los Alamitos. Let's close up the meets with winners.
Absolutely. And like you said, Ralph, it's mandatory payout on everything goes out the door on both of these tracks today. Let's look at the 7th race today at Saratoga, 5.5 furlongs on the turf. And I like the number 9 horse in here, Lady Dioro. This is a 4-year-old filly who's really on the improve. She makes a third start back off of a layoff. Mike Mieszerski takes over the training. Joel Rosario aboard to ride. I think this horse is going to get a good trip stalking outside. I like number 9, Lady Dioro, to win today's 7th race out at Belmont at Saratoga.
All right, 7th race, number 9, Lady Dioro, and the 9 horse in the 7th at Belmont, Saratoga. And now we'll wrap up Los Alamitos with another winner.
Okay, let's look at the 7th race today. We have a pick 4, pick 6 single for you. Number 4, Day at the Track, a 3-year-old colt from the Ron Ellis barn. First 2 races on the grass, draw a line through them. 2 races on the dirt, both of them very good. Last race was a very productive race. Horses have come out of that race and come back to win. This horse will be ridden by William Orantes, and he's a bug boy, so he gets weight from the rest of the field. Ron Ellis sends a winner out in today's 7th race, number 4, Day at the Track, 3-1 on the morning line.
In the 7th race, number 4, Day at the Track, and we hope it is a winning day at the track with the 4 horse in the 7th race there, Wilfred Orantes riding as the apprentice there. And this kid can ride a little.
Yeah, he's got some wins, and he's got a lot of wins for Ellis. Most of his wins have come for Ellis. Ellis gives him a shot. I guess he works for him in the morning or something and rewards him in the afternoon with the opportunity to ride. So that's good.
All right, so the 4 horse in the 7th race at Los Alamitos. How many sheets does Mr. Hardoon have today?
Only 2, Los Alamitos and Belmont at Saratoga.
All right, you got it, my man. And we want to thank you for all the great work you did over the 4th of July weekend. And take a couple of days off, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday. You might even have your traditional soapbox on Wednesday as well.
Probably. Thanks, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
All right, you got it, my man. All right, well, coming up next will be Mr. Rich Eng. We have Bob Mieszerski, we have John Lindo, and we have Jerry Jackwitz yet to come. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Here we are in Houston, opening up our first veteran village. This beautiful building that's going to house 161 homeless veterans. Any veteran that risked their lives and are struggling with PTSD, mental illness, addiction. We're also building what I call comfort homes, 500 square foot homes. These are for older homeless veterans, so they have their own space, and give them back some of their dignity, some of their independence, and most certainly give them back their life. Go to T2T.org to learn how you can change a veteran's life forever.
If you're celebrating a special occasion or just love fine dining, you're in the right place. Come experience the crown jewel of South Point restaurants, Michael's Gourmet Room.
Welcome.
With over 600 different types of wines and magnificent dishes prepared tableside, you'll revel in the rich classic Vegas decor and the best black tie service in the world. This intimate gourmet room has earned accolades galore. Come to Michael's Gourmet Room for an unforgettable dining experience. Another famous restaurant is the Silverado Steakhouse, where you'll find the charm and service that discerning patrons require. From top quality steaks and chops to fresh seafood and desserts, you'll love the award-winning wine list and menu at Silverado Steakhouse. Steak lovers have even more options with primarily prime rib. Catering to hearty appetites, the menu features a variety of flavorful prime rib cuts, dry aged to ensure tenderness, and then seasoned and slowly roasted. Although prime rib is our specialty, it's not the only thing on the menu. There's something for everyone.
Back on Race Day Las Vegas for this final day of the 4-day weekend here for 4th of July. Rich Eng is standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
Well, Richie, we come to an end of a 4-day, very eventful, I think, 4-day weekend as far as the horse racing is concerned. Anything that happened yesterday to pique your interest?
Well, the horse I talked about yesterday, Obliteration, literally did that in the Sanford Stakes, just destroyed them and earned a really good buyer speed figure. Now this horse will probably be pointing for the Hopeful, which is a grade 1 later in the meet, and it's going to have to take some fresh blood to take him on, or maybe some horses shipping in from Churchill or something like that. But he was good, and that was one of Flavion Pratt's wins. And you talked about Pratt with Jonathan. Pratt is one of those guys. He's a pilot, not a passenger, and we see some great rides at this time of year out where jockeys can literally win a race sometimes in the first 100 yards by just getting the right position. For example, in a 2-turn turf race, you'll see Pratt or Ortiz, maybe they're in post 8, 10, 12, and before the first turn, they're on the rail. He's like, how do they do that? Well, that's because they do their homework. They're either racing for him, they know where they are, they know where the other horses are going to be, and they can sometimes win a race in the first 100 yards.
Yep, getting a position in the first eighth of a mile in a horse race and get the horse that you're riding in a chance, in a position to win from, rather than in a position that you can't win from, is, I think, one of the big talents of those great riders, and Flavian Pratt has that, that's for sure. Hey, closing day at Los Alamitos, so your sheet at Los Alamitos available right now at the racedaylasvegas.com website, and you're going to get a little bit of a break until Del Mar starts, huh?
Yeah, but I'm still going to put something together. I'll probably put some simulcast plays together, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So my subscribers will still get something to bet on. And when I come on the show, I'll play, Ralph.
All right. Well, naturally, Saratoga will be the main track certainly next week anyhow. So I'm sure you'll have a pick or two there. But you have one for us today on closing day at Los Alamitos.
Race 3 at Los Al, Ralph. It is a sprint, 6.5 furlongs. Horse for course, number 6, See Through It. If you take a look at the racing form, you'll see this horse has started 9 times at Los Alamitos, 5 wins, a second, and 3 thirds. So this horse loves the track. Gennaro Vallejo uses Tiago Pereira. Let's go with number 6, See Through It in the third, a horse for course.
All right, horse for course at Los Alamitos to wrap up the card there. In the third race, you like the 6, See Through It, the 6 in the third race. Rich Ang's play for the Race Day listeners. Don't forget, he's got a full sheet for Los Al right now at the racedaylasvegas.com website. Well, we'll talk to you on Wednesday, Richie. Take a couple of days off and relax.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All righty, and now we are going to go to Southern California, where Bob Mieszerski has been our man on the scene at Los Alamitos, and he wraps up the meet today with us here on the show. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine, my man. How are you?
I'm good. Looking forward to closing day today. We had a great day yesterday with Sweet Azteca setting the track record again and winning and upsetting Copion. It was a heck of an effort by her.
No kidding. I mean, wow. And even for the new trainer, Richard Baltas, who took over training of this filly.
Yeah, she's obviously a very, very good mare. She's 5 for 7 now, or 6 for 8 now. And honestly, watching the race yesterday down the backside, when I saw how comfortably she was relaxing under Juan Hernandez, I thought she's going to win just the way she was going. Mm-hmm. She looked to be going so easily. And, she floated out to Copion a little bit into the stretch, but I don't really think that played any part in the outcome. And she obviously loves the track. And, let's hope she stays healthy and sound, and because she could make a lot of noise in that division the rest of the year.
Well, Bob, all I know is that although Kazuchi Kimura on Copion couldn't catch Sweet Azteca when finishing second in that stakes race, he managed to find the winner's circle a couple of times yesterday, and I guess he leads the jockey standings as they go into the final day.
Yeah, he has 10 winners going into today. He's 2 winners ahead of Diego Herrera. It's going to be hard for Diego to catch up because he only got 3 mounts today, so it's Kimura's to lose, and I think he's on some live horses today, and pretty good first meet here at Los Al. He certainly adapted to this track well, and he's a very, very talented rider. It's too bad he got derailed by injury at Santa Anita. I think he would have been in the mix there for leading rider, and I think he's going to have a really big Del Mar.
Yeah, no kidding. Of course, he used to ply his craft at Woodbine and then ventured south and has found a home in Southern California there with the Horsemen and the racing circuit there in Southern California. I can say that this Los Alamitos meet has been a little bit different than the other Los Al meets. It has a little bit for everybody, and the payoffs were great.
No, it was a lot of great prices, and I think the main key is that our field size was up. We averaged about 7.8 runners a race, so we were up over last year, and last year we were up over the year before, so that's good that we're getting good participation. And, we've had a lot of 9, 10 horse fields. 10 is as many as we can run in mile races, so I think our racing secretary, Randy Valdez, has done a really good job.
I do, too, and of course you got a nice closing day card as well today. So, Bob, let's wrap it up with a winner.
Well, I just saw that Rich Ing picked the same horse I like, and that's See Through It in the third race. I think that horse is going to, he said, the horse loves the racetrack here. He's a 5-time winner here. 6.5 furlongs, I think, suits him better probably than anyone in the race. So I like him to get the job done under Tiago Pereira. Number 6, See Through It, race 3.
All right, third race, a lot going on See Through It. You're going to get him to try to beat that morning line favorite Vlahos in that third race. So you like the 6 as well as Rich Ing. 6, See Through It in the third race. Bob, I want to thank you so much for all of your participation and your contributions here at the race day for Southern California. And I know that you follow the Southern California circuit when you're done with Los Alamitos. Of course, you'll be heading on down to Del Mar. And folks have an opportunity to continue to see your selections for Southern California.
Yeah, I'm at todaysracingdigest.com, do selections every day for, as you said, Southern California. Then I'm in the do a graded handicap for the Southern California News Group papers, LA Daily News, Pasadena Star News, OC Register, among others.
Well, Bob, you're always welcome to spend time with us on race day, even outside of Los Alamitos if you want. And hopefully we'll be talking to you soon, certainly for the next Los Alamitos meet. And just have a fantastic time. And thanks a lot, Bob.
Thank you. And we kick off again in September. Maybe I'll be talking to you during Del Mar. Okay, we'll take care.
You got it, my man. I would be happy to bring you along. That's for sure. Thanks a lot, Bob.
All right, take care.
All right. And now we're going to go to our final break real quick, and then John and Jerry wrap it up, so don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style Paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 9 great days of racing starting on Friday, June 20th. The opening weekend will feature the $100,000 Bertrando Stakes. Plus, the summer meet will include the running of the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday, June 28th. We'll also have a holiday racing program on Friday, 4th of July. And our on-track handicapping contest will be on Saturday, June 28th. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, June 20th.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas to wrap up this big weekend of racing and the Race Day shows. Of course, we'll be back on Wednesday, God willing, and the creek don't rise at 7 a.m. But in the meantime, we're checking out John Lindo in transit back to Southern California. And before the Highway Patrol gets out there, John Lindo is off to the side of the road. He is not driving his car while participating on the show. Good morning, John.
No, we're not, Ralph. Getting caffeinated for the rest of the ride, so we're good to go.
John, today at Los Alamitos, we've got Rich Ing and Bob Mieszerski already landing on the same horse in the third race, the horse for course. See it through. But I got to tell you, that race it looks like almost a stakes race on the card because you have some really tough runners in that race. And I noticed that Hector Barrios has one mount today at Los Alamitos, and it comes in that race aboard another horse.
Well, I tell you, it's a good field. It's a non-winners twice allowance race with an optional $80,000 tag. These are the kind of horses you're going to see down at Del Mar this summer. So there's a reason why the big guys are out there. And Hector rides a horse named Nessos Last Hurrah for trainer Jeff Mullins. And this is a horse that is probably best sprinting on turf, but he's getting in a race here at Los Alamitos. He could win today, but he'll probably be better at Del Mar in about a month.
So this might be a main track prep, but Barrios probably wants to keep them out for that race down at Del Mar, especially if it's on the turf. But See It Through is definitely a horse for course.
Well, he's actually my radio pick too, Ralph.
I know.
The guys, we all did this separately, but I put him on my ready to fire list, See Through It, last time because he got in a prep race at Santa Anita. He's always done his best work at Los Alamitos. You could just tell they were getting him ready for this meet, and they got the race to go on the last day of the meet. He's drawn on the far outside, which is a perfect spot for a tracking trip. And I just think this was the goal all along. And I think 7-2, I think he is on the program, whatever the price is. He's well meant today. And, obviously the guys that follow Southern California, you could feel this one. So race number 3, horse number 6, 3, See Through It for me. We'll make it a trifecta on race day.
Yeah, I usually when two handicappers land in it, we call it the Good Housekeeping Handicapper Seal of Approval. I guess this is the 5-star Good Housekeeping Handicapper Seal of Approval. And here, 3 guys on the horse today in the third race, the 6 See It Through for Bob Mieszerski, Rich Eng, and John Lindo. Of course, John, you have a full sheet for Los Alamitos, as well as Belmont at Saratoga today. 2 full Lindo report sheets available right now here at the South Point, free of charge, exclusively here and only here at the South Point in the gaming capital, because they love horse players, and it's complimentary here, that's for sure. So now we do have your pick at Los Alamitos. But what about Belmont at Saratoga?
Saratoga, let's go to race 6, Ralph. In the 6th race, number 4, Leslie Starr, was claimed by Linda Rice last time. Now, we've seen her the first week here, dropping everything in class off of claims. This is one she protects off the claims. So she must really like what she has. Leslie Starr's gotten better with every start. I don't think, she's found her home routing on the turf, and I think she'll come back and improve again. Just to train her intention, instead of running this horse on the drop, she runs the horse on the race. So 7-2 on the morning line, a Rat Ortiz aboard. Race number 6, number 4, Leslie Starr.
All right, 6th race, number 4, Leslie Starr is John Lindo's pick at Belmont at Saratoga. That is the 4 in the 6th race at Belmont at Saratoga. And again, full sheets, Lindo reports for both Los Al and Saratoga right now at the South Point Hotel Casino, right here at the racebook here, free of charge. What about next week for the Lindo report?
Well, no SoCal racing, so we'll be Saratoga for their official opening week next Thursday through Sunday.
All right, we're having technical difficulties with Jerry Jackowitz, so stand by just a minute there, John. While we try to wrap up the show, what we're going to do is I'll interpret again. Jerry J, of course, has his power page. Oh, there he is. Okay, we got him back. Jerry, good morning. All right, we're trying to get the sound now. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning. You got me?
Yes, we do. Since you are coming a little bit late, why don't we get right to the plays?
Okay, let's do that. Let's go to Saratoga for our first play.
All right.
Race number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, for some reason. I don't know. I like him for some reason. I'll take the 1 over the 2, 4, 6, 8 and do my reverses.
All right. Number 1, for some reason. And by the way, for some reason, I was going to pick that horse for you and interpret it for you anyhow, in case you didn't show up.
Perfect.
Obviously, it's your feature play. That's why I would do it. The 1 over 2. What are the numbers again? 2 what?
2, 4, 6, 8.
All right.
Who
2.
do we appreciate?
Oh, okay. That's easy to remember. The 1 over 2, 4, 6, 8, and reverse in the 8th race at Belmont at Saratoga. And then we'll get your Los Alamitos pick.
Yeah, let's go to race number 5. Number 7, Halo Uncle for Jeff Bondi. Big drop down. This is somewhat more about the trainer than the horse in a way.
Okay.
So I'll take the 7. Make sure you get the right value. Take the 7 over the 3, 6, 8. Reverse 3, 6, 8 over the 7.
All right,
Take
now
a shot with this.
Halo Uncle is the 7 horse in the 5th race. That is the anchor in the pick 5, and of course the early pick 4. And he's 5-1 on the morning line. What's your cutoff value here?
Maybe around 5-2, 3-1, right in that area somewhere.
Okay. The 7 over 3, 6, and 8 and reverse in the 5th race at Los Alamitos. Stay right there, Jerry, for a minute. John, I want to thank you so much for hanging in there with us, but we finally did get Jerry connected. So we want to wish you a safe travel for the rest of the way home, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday. And that's for John Lindo. Okay, now, as far as Jerry Jackowitz is concerned, Jerry, of course, we won't have Southern California racing for a couple of, for about a week and a half, but you will have the power pages for Saratoga, the regular Saratoga meeting, when Saratoga actually runs just Saratoga, not Belmont. It'll be Saratoga, right. And that'll start on Thursday, correct?
Right. We're getting back to the regular summer special right now.
Yeah.
Saratoga, and then we'll pick up Del Mar.
We'll pick up Del Mar on the 18th of the month. Well, all I can say, folks, it's been a very interesting weekend of racing here on the 4th of July weekend. We want to thank you so much for coming along with us each and every morning. Hopefully our handicappers give you some insight on what happened over the weekend. And I want to thank our handicappers a lot for working on a holiday as well as we do, because in this game, we work on holidays because everybody else is off playing the races. And so that's the way it goes there. In the meantime, we'll be back on Wednesday morning with the crew that's all back and ready to go. But Jerry has one more thing to say.
Have a great race day, everybody.